Hello, and welcome to Fresno State Focus. I'm Jamal Ahmed.
And I'm Isha Padilla.
The Fresno State basketball team is benched right now because of COVID. Coach Justin Hudson says the Dogs will continue to be coached virtually these next 2 weeks until they are cleared to get back on the court. This happened to the team back in October too, before the season started. The women's basketball team is still on to play Thursday through Saturday. Our football team missed the last 2 games because of COVID.
Go big or go home, they say. Well, Fresno State students did both. They went home due to COVID, but they also went big by overcoming many challenges this online semester. Taking a ceramics class at home is not easy. Art major Ada Mint feels like she missed out on hands-on learning. A throwing wheel is a major piece of equipment used to create ceramics, but instead, she used simple tools that she bought on her own. Overall, she gives the semester a B-. She is proud of what she created and how the professor helped her.
And she tried her best to do everything. And that's why I'm taking her again, because she did. I loved her criticism. I loved her feedback. I loved everything to help me grow as an artist.
This artist didn't intend to create her own home studio, but this virtual learning challenged how and where her art came to life.
Another Fresno State student gives his online semester a C+. Civil engineer major Sonny Westmoreland says his experience was 50-50. As a student, he says he only gets to do this once and he prefers it not to be over a computer screen, but he likes the flexibility virtual learning gives him and no commute. Because of Zoom, he's discovered the power of working together.
In person, I'm more, wanting to go to the library and do my work on my own, compared to on Zoom, everyone's just trying to keep in touch with each other and being like, yeah, let's meet on Zoom. Let's all get in a meeting and let's work on this assignment together. And I just think it's so much easier that way.
This future civil engineer appreciates all of the help, especially from his professors during this pandemic.
Finals are approaching, and for a lot of students, this can be stressful. And because most finals are virtual, this can cause even more stress. Yosef Ali is a counseling major at Fresno State. He says not being able to see the professors daily to get the extra help has him worried for finals.
Before, I used to gather up all my answers and go see my teacher in her office hours, but now it's so much harder when it's online.
Joseph says he can't wait for things to go back to normal so he can go back to his routine during finals.
Abdullah Amir is a junior at Fresno State majoring in engineering. He says online finals don't bother him much, but he understands for other students, especially freshmen, it can be confusing.
For me, it's not a big deal. I've been going to college for 3 years, so it's not really a big deal. I've done online classes. It's not my first time. But one thing I am worried about is the freshmen who are first coming, their first semester going to college, not understand what they do, not know how to navigate through classes, and not know how to navigate how to finish their tests and stuff like that.
If you're like many students feeling overwhelmed about finals, there are people at Fresno State who can help you. I talked with Preston Hartman, who is a tutor at the Learning Center. Here are a few tips he shares.
Yes, as finals approaches, we do start to see a lot more students come in that are not just our regulars, but definitely new students. Yes.
And what are some tips and tools that you usually tell your students to get them prepared for finals? Like, just like little tips and tools that helped you and that'll help them.
Right. So first, contact your professor if there's anything that is still out of the ordinary to you, if going to tutoring especially hasn't helped. That is a number one thing, is definitely keep in communication with your professor if something is bugging you or something does not make sense in the material. 2, stay ahead of the game. Make sure that you are up to date on essays, Canvas assignments, just making sure, if anything, if you have an essay coming up and you don't really want to do it immediately, at least have that outline done. That way, when you do start it, you're ready.
That's good. And because of COVID, and you guys are doing only meetings virtually, right?
Correct. Yes.
And has that been difficult for you and for other tutors to engage with students like before?
So this is my first semester with the Learning Center. So for me, I do prefer face-to-face meeting with people. So it is a struggle for me to be talking to a black screen a lot, but it is nice to still be able to connect with students and have them come in and get to talk with us. Um,
Mhm.
but it is a struggle, and I can see it for students as well, that disconnect from having actual human interaction.
If you want help from a tutor, visit the Learning Center on the Fresno State homepage or email them at learningcenter@csufresno.edu. Some finals are not your usual bubble-in tests. Some finals are handed out at the beginning of the semester, and students have all semester to work on it. This is a different kind of stress, but it's how multimedia professor Candace Egan runs her classes.
I'm a really big fan of hands-on learning, and that translates into project-based learning. And that class is a service learning class, which means you're supposed to be out doing some sort of project that has a service component. So we kind of merge that together with doing a production project, and we take the whole semester to do it. So there's no need for an exam. The final videos are the result of all the hard work, and that's what I look at from a grading standpoint. And I think it's probably everyone's always gotten an A in that class because they work very hard and they deliver a project that their client can use. Then you have totally met and exceeded the expectations.
And for the long project that's due at the end of the semester, do you have your students turn in pieces of information throughout the semester, or do you just have them, at the end of the semester, turn in what you got and let's see it?
Yeah, no. We have lots and lots of milestones. So in pre-production, there's a proposal and a budget. They showed me a draft. I gave them feedback. They punched up the proposal and the budget before they actually gave it to their client. And so before every step where there's a big component with their client, they're showing me the document. Or at this point, we're still working on the recording, so I haven't yet seen any drafts of the projects they're doing yet. Normally I probably would have, but this is a special semester, things take a little longer. But we will, before we get to the end, have a chance where I'll look at what they're doing and give some feedback and suggestions, and then they have to show it to their client. So they get feedback from me, but they also get a feedback from the person that the video is for. And then they can polish the video and keep working on it to get it to where they want it to be before the final. So the final version is the one that goes to the client, and that's the one that I would look at from a course requirement grading standpoint.
I've never had a whole semester long final. I don't know how that'll work for me, but good luck to all the students who are taking finals.
The Madden Library is helping students de-stress during finals week. All the way through finals week, the Madden Library will be having a de-stress fest where students can join virtual Zoom events designed to help with finals. There will be writing workshops and study sessions, along with drawings for gift cards for local Fresno restaurants. All you have to do is attend and de-stress. For more information, visit @Madden Library on Instagram.
As we approach the end of this very different virtual learning academic year, there will be hundreds of graduates transitioning from college into their career fields. Sammy Cortez speaks with two seniors who are in different spaces of finding work.
2020 may have been a dumpster fire of a year for many of us, but just because it's posed some challenges doesn't mean it's completely bad. Tatiana Lopez was offered a job by a previous employer as an event director to start immediately after graduating.
Because this last semester I was interning with Kings River Winery, and I got a ton of management experience with contracts, floor plans, how to deal with vendors, all of that. And so that kind of sold them when I told them all of the experience I've been doing.
Lopez felt it was important for her to keep in touch with managers at places she wanted to work for after graduating. She advises that everyone should keep those networking connections.
I kind of just worked at a wedding venue because I love weddings. And then 2 years later, now I'm going to work there after I graduate. So it's just like, definitely keeping those contacts is so important.
Not everyone knows where they'll be after graduating, but Tristan Roddenborn isn't stressing about it.
I have an idea of what I want to do, but I'm not really quite sure 100% what I want to do. And I'm still young and stuff. I don't have a family or anything, so traveling would be cool and stuff like that. So I don't know, I have my options open.
And for those who want to narrow down their search while looking for work, here's an idea. Fresno State is still offering resources for us soon-to-be graduates, which I will be looking into from now until mid-December. In Modesto, Sammy Cortez with Fresno State Focus.
Students can access those resources by visiting the Career Development Center online or by logging into their Hire Fresno State accounts to find job openings in their field.
For finally reaching the end of the semester, we all deserve a pat on the back. We survived this semester, so now, as Jonathan Garcia Espinosa shows us how we can be ready for next semester.
Students better invest in a more comfortable chair because online classes are here to stay, at least for another semester.
You know, I procrastinated a lot this semester than any others.
Criminology major Gilberto Garcia had a hard time staying focused on school, but now knows how to manage his time better.
My laptop or my books or my notebooks on my desk somewhere where I can, see them. It basically forces me to have to do them.
Being at home during classes can get distracting, especially when your phone is going off. The answer? Turn it off.
I just have my phone off, or also what I like to do is I like having the PowerPoint slides and the videos and my notes opened up at the same time.
While next semester will be online again, that doesn't mean we have to make the same mistakes. Interim Director of the Career Center, Mary Willis, says now is a great time to look for internships and jobs.
Again, if you're looking for part-time jobs, internships, that type of thing, start looking now. They're getting posted for spring. Even the summer ones are starting to pop up now.
So while students get ready for another virtual semester, they're using what they learned from going full virtual to stay focused, get work done, and focus on their future, all in the hopes of returning to campus ready to finish off strong. On our beautiful Fresno State campus, Jonathan Garcia Espinosa, Fresno State Focus.
It is exciting to know there will be more in-person classes for the spring semester. The university announced that this week, the plan is to have a 15% increase in students and staff on campus. Starting now until mid-January, the university will offer free voluntary COVID-19 testing for students, faculty, and staff who are approved to be on campus. If COVID numbers change, this plan could also change. But the hope is to have more students on campus for in-person learning.
Coming up on Fresno State Focus, we get a first-hand look at a program that is helping high schoolers get ready for college.
And this week, we'll be seeing clearer skies and the temperature will be a little bit above average. Maybe we can downgrade to a thinner sweater. Also, hurricane season is over. I'll tell you more about that coming up on your Focus on Weather.
Here in the valley, our colors are blue and our waves are red. Bulldog born and bulldog bred. Generations linked forever by traditions that have stood the test of time. Inside our stadiums, we are one. This is our valley, and this year, we're doing it for you.
At Fresno State, being bold means committing to something greater than yourself. It's learning by doing and nurturing leaders to advance our shared future. It's using research to create a better life for those around us and healing those who need us most. These are our stories, because at Fresno State, bold begins here.
I'm Ana Cruz Lopez with your Focus on Weather. Let's begin by taking a look at these beauty shots taken in the city of San Joaquin.
Our skies are looking pretty clear, so the sun has a clear path to be shining and warming up the earth. Some trees have brown leaves and other trees barely have any leaves left. Experts say that climate change has caused trees to shed their leaves earlier. Let's move on to the national satellite map. We see the blue-green areas on the upper side of the east coast. That's indicating rain. Hurricane season is over, so let's hope we don't have any more surprises on the Atlantic Ocean. Let's move to the regional satellite map. We see some clouds coming in this week to the coastlines. We are pretty clear. There's no sign of rain, and we actually need rain to clear the air quality. Speaking of air quality, Fresno, Kings, and Kern County are all orange, meaning they're unhealthy for sensitive groups. The San Joaquin Valley Air Pollution Control District warned residents to avoid wood burning. Now let's take a look at the extended outlook for the week. Our high for today is 67. After, the whole week will be in its mid-60s. For the lows, today will be at 40. After, it will be up and down in the mid-30s. This is a little bit average to normal, but the mornings will stay cold for sure. I'm Ana Cruz Lopez with your focus on weather.
Trash is taking over our neighborhoods, but Fresno is fighting back. Keep Fresno Beautiful hosted a cleanup event where they cleaned up trash. Volunteers got together a few weeks ago to clean up a Sunnyside neighborhood. Safety vests, trash bags, gloves, and paper pickers were provided. Social distancing was still followed and masks were worn. For more information on how you can join the next cleanup, head over to their Instagram at KFB Fresno.
Homeless people in Fresno are going viral on TikTok. Akram Mosen, or AK, a Fresno State student, is sharing the videos with millions of people. Mosen helps run his family business, the Tower Gas and Mini Mart. There, he has been recording TikToks featuring the homeless people nearby, and those videos are going viral. Followers love to see the people sing and dance. They're also sending packages to help out the homeless or delivering items themselves to the Mini Mart.
You can give the gift of warmth this holiday season. There is a stock and coat drive going on at Lincoln Center in Stockton. Everything will be donated to the Gospel Center Rescue Mission to help many people keep warm this winter.
This holiday season, craft bags are being given away at all libraries in Stockton. The take-home craft bags are available for children and teens. They include free books and supplies to encourage families to read or draw during the holidays.
Many families are struggling to the economic crisis, but they are not alone. A lot of people are coming together to provide food and assistance. A Step Up Us program is held every year. They collect food and clothes for the Stockton community. Volunteers encourage us to help donate and volunteer if you are able to do so.
The second annual Stuff the Bus food drive that we hold every year. We're a public transit agency, so this is one of our electric buses. And so the theme is Stuff the Bus, and we collect food donations for the Stockton Emergency Food Bank. And all of the food will go to them, and next week they're going to pass out this food to help thousands of people this holiday season.
This community efforts is in Stockton. If you'd like to help or are in need of help, there are places in many communities like this where you can go.
A children's book written by local social worker and Fresno State alumni Dr. Deshauna Ricks is teaching young kids that they are valuable. The book was inspired by Dr. Ricks' childhood. She was placed in foster care at a young age and had to overcome many obstacles. Growing up without her biological parents made her question her value. Dr. Ricks believes it is important for children to read stories similar to their lives represented in books.
I've been a counselor with Fresno Unified for the last 7 years, and I work in West Fresno. And a lot of the kids that I serve, they have the same stories as me.
The book includes an affirmation that Dr. Ricks hopes will help children understand that they are valuable even at a young age. We here at Fresno State may be talking about finals, but it's time for high school seniors to be applying for college. Organizations like Senior Swarm help seniors through the challenging and time-consuming application process. Ana Cruz Lopez shows us how it works.
Schools being closed due to COVID makes the college application process hard for high school seniors.
Right now, because of COVID, I think everything's a lot harder to manage, but our main goal is just to help students make informed decisions about their higher education.
The Senior Swarm program is open to any high school senior, but especially to those with limited resources.
Help seniors who don't really get the same opportunities and resources as maybe other seniors who can receive more assistance.
With high schools closed, some seniors are turning to this organization for help. In the mentorship program, high school seniors are paired with college students to help them with the college application.
Anytime I had a doubt about how to input the A through G requirements in the CSU application, or even if I wasn't sure what kind of tax form I needed to put in for the FAFSA, my mentor was there to help me in any way I could, in any way they could.
Pairing students took time and a lot of consideration, but we're told the results were great.
They've came to us and told us that they are super similar to their seniors, and that they formed this really amazing bond, and they were able to help them.
Senior Swarm is a year-round organization specifically designed to help students achieve their goals of going to college. Ana Cruz Lopez, Fresno State Focus.
The UC and CSU application deadline got extended. The UC application closes tomorrow, December 4th. The CSU application closes December 15th. If you are a high school senior in need of assistance, you can reach out to the Senior Swarm on Instagram at Senior Swarm.
A healthcare worker and full-time Fresno State student loves makeup and inspiring people, so she decided to start a lip gloss business. Jasleen Villapando is a phone operator for Madera County Hospital. She loves to inspire and loves cosmetics, so she decided to start her own business, Jazz Desire to Inspire, where she inspires others throughout her cosmetic line.
So basically, I've always wanted to start something. I just never knew what it was. So I was like, you know what is my passion? What do I love? And I was like, I love makeup and I love inspiring others. So for instance, on Instagram, I like doing little videos of just giving advice, of living talks, even prayers.
To see Jasleen continue to inspire through her cosmetics, go to jazzdesire2inspirecosmetics.com.
Coming up next on Fresno State Focus, we're looking at Global Campus Studio, a project some of our crew members are taking part in.
Success. At Fresno State, it's no secret. It's discovering new ways to change our world. It's creating opportunities as diverse as our community itself. It's in the distinction of our graduates as they lead us into the future. Success is no secret at Fresno State. It's our mission.
At Fresno State, being bold means committing to something greater than yourself. It's learning by doing and nurturing leaders to advance our shared future. It's using research to create a better life for those around us and healing those who need us most. These are our stories, because at Fresno State, bold begins here.
Barb's Drive-In Movie Theater is the newest socially distanced option in town. Cars line up every Friday and Saturday in downtown Fresno to watch oldies movies and enjoy local food trucks. Starting in January, the drive-in plans to add Sundays. To find out what movies are playing and to buy a ticket, you can visit their website at barbsdrivein.com.
Every year we look forward to Christmas Tree Lane. It's different because of COVID, no walking lights, but it's also began with heartbreak this week as a van got stuck on railroad tracks waiting to drive down the lane and got hit by a train. A little boy died. Right before that happened, one of our classmates took video of the lights and holiday cheer. It's a big commitment for the people who live here along Van Ness and Fresno County, putting up Christmas lights and other decorations. Joseph Rulegi, who lives on the lane, expects a big turnout this year, people looking for a way to get into the Christmas spirit.
I think this year is going to be packed with cars because I think people are looking for something to be happy about and be joyful about, and I think Christmas is the perfect holiday for that.
Christmas Tree Lane is open Sunday through Thursday from 6 to 10 and Fridays and Saturdays from 6 to 11.
America the Beautiful is the theme of the White House this Christmas in honor of all frontline workers. Sparkling lights, green trees, and red ornaments take over the White House. The First Lady, with the help of volunteers, decked the halls. A hospital display is an important part of the decorations, representing healthcare workers who who are standing strong throughout this pandemic.
This year, some of our Fresno State Focus crew members are taking part in Global Campus Studio productions hosted by Ryerson University in Toronto. Marian Kumi is a professor at Ryerson University, where she started this project over 10 years ago.
And this semester we're doing 5 half-hour shows, and they're called Let's Talk Racism. And they're examining systemic racism around the world.
Marian and all those around the world participating this year are in their last few days of prep. The Global Campus Studio Productions plans to run their newscast next week. For more information on where to stream that newscast and see our featured reporters, check out Global Campus Studio Live/Ryerson University on Facebook. Wow, Isha, can you believe that we're already at the final show of the semester?
Yeah, it's been quite the journey. Far from the everyday newscast, if you ask me.
Even though we were able to get your weekly newscast, this semester didn't come without its challenges.
Our own Kevin Hernandez gives us a glimpse at what it's like for our team behind the scenes.
Hey everyone, my name is Kevin Hernandez and I'm the Assistant Director and Lead Editor for Fresno State Focus. This semester we had to deal with all the restrictions placed on us thanks to the pandemic. That didn't stop us. So right now for this last show, I'm going to show you what it was like for all of us behind the scenes. Let's take a look.
So if you're wondering if it's a good day, oh my god, I almost had it! And a fly almost flew in my face.
It works!
A little Halloween festivity. While these players would love to be back, what was it?
Even being the editor came with its issues, especially when your computer decides not to work.
Right now, I am on the floor in a little corner in my room, and as you can see, I don't have the proper lighting.
Overall, I think the semester was a huge learning experience where we got to kind of see, what an alternate reality kind of was,
Even though this semester came with its challenges, we were still happy to provide you with your student newscast. Until next time, Kevin Hernandez, Fresno State Focus.
You just saw what we did this semester, but the big question is, what is next for our graduating students?
Alexia Torres does not have everything figured out, but she plans on finding a job to help build a career for herself and eventually on her own business.
I say, let the job hunt begin. I hope to work at a news station doing what I love, storytelling. I'm excited to see what the next chapter looks like.
Jonathan Garcia Espinoza hopes to apply for reporting and anchoring positions and internships to get more experience and begin to build his career in this news industry.
Jalise Graham plans to take some time off after graduation to dedicate her time to homeschooling her 2 children until COVID is over. And hopefully, once the world looks a little more normal, she plans on working in a newsroom.
Cameron Foster has dreams of working somewhere as an anchor or possibly starting his own podcast.
Cruz Gonzalez, the producer of this newscast, by the way, hopes to find work at any news station that will hire him as a reporter, editor, producer, and even an engineer.
Last but certainly not least, Samantha Cortez is beginning the job search. She'd like to be able to pay back her student loans, hopes to continue freelancing and continue to capture some of her clients' special moments.
That's it for Fresno State Focus this year.
See you again in 2021, but until then, make sure you keep up with us online at FresnoStateFocus.com, as well as Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram.
Thank you for joining us.